I have a completely new bone to pick with you that I'm very passionate about and very disappointed in you that you would even say something like this.
I don't even know where we're going right here.
So, Director Rick, would you mind please throwing that in the wall, please? And you said, Ben, Bryce Harper is the most underrated player in baseball, end quote, Ben Verlander. So please explain yourself before I get very passionately angry at you.
I will explain myself. Thank you for bringing this up. I think Bryce Harper is a very underrated player in the game. I tweeted this a few days ago, and do I think he is the single most underrated player in Major League Baseball right now? Probably not. Do I think he is a very underrated player? Yes. And here's why. I don't think an underrated player can be somebody... Well, you can be somebody that's not super well known, but you're a really good hitter. Like somebody random that's hitting 300. Yeah, you're probably pretty underrated. I think it's more so somebody that is making all of this money, that is expected to perform, that people love to hate on. People love to hate on Bryce Harper. But at the end of the day, he's putting up numbers. He's hitting homers. He's putting people in the seats. He's selling jerseys. I think that more so makes somebody underrated. Somebody that's expected to perform that people hate, that actually is. I think he's super underrated.
But underrated is someone that is being overlooked. So that leads to my question of, where do you think Bryce Harper stands in the grand scheme of baseball? Because he's a $300 million man. Like, anyone getting paid $300 million is not underrated. I would argue that
I disagree. Totally disagree.
I would argue that he might be actually perfectly rated. Not only does he have a $300 million deal, not only did the team he left after starting his whole career there won the World Series after he was gone. And I will tell you that Bryce Harper at one point was the face of baseball. He, I think, is the one that ushered in this brand new era of making baseball fun again. He's the OG of that. But I think he's perfectly rated. He's not even a top 5 player, and he's making over $300 million. He's a top 10, but he's definitely not top 5.
I think the money argument is what is even more an argument for me. I think the fact that he's making the money he is, and people still don't think he's playing well. People hate Bryce Harper. He gets so much hate. And if you look at the numbers, he has been a good player. And it's not just about the player he is on the field. It's about how hard he plays the game. It's about the number of homers he hits. It's about the number of jerseys he sells. And people hate on him. And I think it's even more of an argument having a superstar like Bryce Harper. I think you can more so have a superstar be the most underrated than some average player, because he is a superstar in the game of baseball. But people think his career has just been underwhelming, I'd say, and I could not disagree more with that. I could not disagree more.
Well, I don't think it's been underwhelming, for one, and for the record, I'm a huge Bryce Harper fan. Yeah, I mean, Bryce Harper, we're 92 babies, so I followed his entire career throughout high school and all that stuff. Same as you, BV. But he's just perfectly rated. It's blasphemy to consider him underrated. You can't make that kind of money. Like, you just can't. Think about, like, he has one MVP. He's probably overpaid. You could argue that he might be a tad overrated, but underrated is just absurd. It's just absurd. I think he's perfectly. Where do you rank him in baseball right now? Where do you rank him? He's ranked exactly where he should be. He's getting paid what he should be. He might not be living up to his contract. Might not be. He's number 3 in sales. There's a reason why he's number 3 in jersey sales. That's not underrated. What, you think he should be number 2 or number 1? No.
I don't think he's a number 2 or number 1 player in baseball. I think he is. I don't know where I would rank him directly, but I know. Look, I'm on social media a lot. I see what people have to say about baseball, and there's not much you can say about it right now. He's hitting 350 with a bunch of homers. He's kind of quieting everybody, but I think he got the contract he did, $300+ million, and people were expecting him to go hit 350 with 50 home runs every year in a small ballpark in Philadelphia, and that's just not fair. That's not gonna happen. So I think people have started to think that he is not as good of a player and that he's underperforming from the contract that he has, and I could not disagree more with that. And look, I think we're just going to go in circles on this one. 100%. I think we're going to end up agreeing to disagree.
He's not even the best player in his division, or most notable.
I mean, best player in the division, Ronald Acuna.
Easily.
going to be one of the best players in baseball for a long time to come. But look, we'll agree to disagree here. I think Bryce Harper is one of the most underrated players in baseball. Would I say he is the most? No, probably not. But I do think he's one of the most underrated players in baseball, and I stand by that. I really do. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, and just talking ball, hit that subscribe button.